It's almost the end of the year, and what better way to end it by talking about grass? No, not that grass. This grass. Fields of grass. Well, sort of. So, what if we wanted to be grass? Wouldn't it be great? Lay all day in the sun. You don't have to do anything. It's like sunbathing without getting sunburned, without having to deal with cancer. It beats having to run after moving prey to get energy, to build up the necessary sugars for your metabolism. Come on, isn't it great? On first glance, yes, I would love to be a plant. If we start with the personal questions, yes, I would love to just sit there and have my food come to me like a spider waiting by its spider web. But building up a spider web is costly. You need energy. A spider doesn't just sit by a path between two leaves and say, well, maybe an insect will land on the leaf and get stuck. No, it has to facilitate the way that it gets its food. And these plants are no exception. Each leaf adapted to capture sunlight in a precise manner with chlorophyll, giving it its green characteristic. The way we perceive a plant is it green? And although it's adapted to collect sunlight even in the dimmest of days in the UK winter, it has its problems with capturing too much sunlight. So it does have a humanly aspect of cancer, let's say. If too much sunlight strikes the plant at its harvesting points, then it can denature them. These are proteins, remember, so too much radiation, too much radiance will cause the bonds of these proteins to become exhausted from dealing with what gives the plant its energy. They also have the fantastic ability that even though they are plants and they have one very bad fault to them, if you're this particular batch over there and someone happened to step on it or graze on it or bounce on it, well, you are pretty much screwed. So if you're this particular section, you're gonna have to deal with having to adapt yourself to a sudden change. Whereas if you're that part over there, away from it, you're completely fine. But if you're this part, well, it's unlucky for you. So plants don't have the ability that a lot of animals possess, and that's the ability to move. Now, if you grow a plant inside near a window, you can see that the leaves rotate towards the light, because the leaves, as they react with light, are photosensitive. For this particular plant, I'll just go and do this, and I'll just shield it from light, and that I'm stopping milliseconds of activity or of light that could be harvested. They have mechanisms to deal with episodes of low light availability, short-term adaptations to being covered or shielded from light, so that they can have more tolerance in a very dynamic day, so that in the night they're able to shut down the light harvesting, shut down photosynthesis that is light dependent, and use whatever energy that they gained throughout the day to survive the night. And that's how these plants would go on and survive in this winter coming up.